Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Now in today's video I am going to be reviewing the brand SAIE Beauty. So just a couple of words on the brand before we are going to dive into the review. Now SAIE Beauty is quite a younger brand. I think they've been around maybe 1 or 2 years on the market, and I've been really intrigued by this brand. Now I did review 2 products already on my channel in some of my latest videos. I'm going to link them in my description box below in case you're interested. I did review their bronzer and their powder, but since then I actually thought to myself, why not expand my collection of SAIE Beauty a little bit. So in total I do have 7 products to give you a full review on. We're going to be putting them on my face. I'm going to show you swatches, I'm going to show you the application, and I'm going to of course tell you all about my feelings, thoughts and opinions on this brand. So SAIE Beauty is definitely marketing themselves as a clean beauty brand. They seem to be also very eco-conscious. What I really love about this brand is that they're actually donating 1% of their sales to ocean conservation, which I'm all for that. Also, this brand seems to be very transparent in terms of sustainability. So what I really enjoy too is the fact that when you click on a product on their website, they actually do have a section how to recycle. And that's really great because then for every product, you'll know how to recycle the product itself. They definitely do love their dewy finish, their radiant, healthy, luminous kind of glow. So you guys may know I don't really enjoy that, so I was really curious to see how these products would perform on my more combo / oilier skin type. This is just my opinion on the products, but I would love to know, you guys, have you actually tried out SAIE Beauty yourself? If you have, do drop me a comment below what product you've tried and how it worked for you. I would be really curious to know. Also, if this is your very first time on my channel, I would absolutely love to keep you a little bit longer on here, so why not hit that subscribe button. You can also ring the bell in order to stay notified about my upcoming videos, and if you do enjoy this review at any point, why not give it a big thumbs up? That would be extremely appreciated. But yeah, I don't want to hold you up too long on SAIE Beauty, because if you do have any questions about the ingredients or about their standards, do head over to their website and check them out for yourself. So I'm gonna go barefaced, I'm gonna zoom you guys in, and let's review SAIE Beauty. Alright you guys, here I am, zoomed in, barefaced. I only have my skincare on here, which has sunken in by now. So let's actually go ahead and let's review the very first product by SAIE Beauty. So this is the Slip Tint Tinted Moisturizer, and this retails for $35. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start off with this product, because this is a product that I would have never picked up if it wouldn't be for my channel and to review it and to show you guys how this actually works on my skin. I've tried this out once before, and to be honest you guys, this really is not my vibe. From the description to the product itself, I kind of knew what I was getting into, but you know, I still had hope. Let's just put it that way. So naturally, I do have a little bit more oilier skin. Now this is a little bit shiny because of my skincare. I did use a vitamin C serum this morning. This will always give you a little bit of a glow. And I honestly feel like I should go in with a primer, but I feel like I'm just going to leave it out so you can see how this would actually work on my bare skin without anything on. So this is actually a best-selling, multi-award winning tinted moisturizer. So this is definitely not a foundation. So it's packed with a blend of nourishing skin-loving ingredients so that it doubles as your daily skincare while providing clean SPF 35 protection. Each shade is crafted to seamlessly blend into a wide range of skin tones and delivers our dewy signature SAIE Glow trademarked. So sheer dewy coverage, skin-loving hydration, 100% mineral sunscreen, UVA, UVB, suitable for acne-prone skin. So they are saying use in the morning over or instead of a moisturizer. So in terms of ingredients, there's zinc oxide, water, cocoa caprylate, caprate, which is derived from coconuts. We have grapeseed oil, we have argan oil, we have jojoba esters, we have sodium hyaluronate, we have the licorice root extract, we also have coconut fruit extract, and we've got beeswax, which does not make this product vegan, but I also want to mention it does not contain any essential oils. It does not have any fragrance added to it. It's completely fragrance free. So in terms of shade range, this product does exist in 14 different shades. Now initially I picked up the wrong shade. I'm the queen of mismatches when it comes to shades. So I picked up the shade 4, which is described as a light to medium neutral red. However, that was just too deep for me. So I decided to go in with the shade 3, which is a light to medium peach. Now, the undertones, I mean, you could argue if this is peach or not. I honestly don't think so. What I found a little bit confusing about their shade range here is the description, because both of these shades are actually described as a light to medium, whereas the shade 4 is a lot deeper in tone value than the shade 3. So I was like, well, great. I thought this was a light medium as well, just with a different undertone. Turns out it's a lot deeper than the shade 3. But the shade 3 works nice for me. I feel like it's almost more like a neutral golden undertone than a peach undertone. But yeah, so this is the product, and I am so scared to apply this, you guys, because it's gonna make me look really, really, really greasy. If you have very, very dry skin, if you've got a different skin type to mine, you may love this product. It is really sort of moisturizing, nourishing, hydrating, and it's gonna give you such a dewy finish. I don't even think I have a foundation that dewy. I can think of one or two maybe, but this is like dew central. This is gonna make you look so glowy, so radiant, and on my skin type, it translates as kind of like looking greasy, looking like I've sweat a ton, looking like, I don't know, it just does not look good on my skin. At least we have some powder later on, so don't you worry guys, I've got a powder by them, and I will powder this down and show you that you could actually achieve a very different finish if you powdered this enough. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not going to go in with my fingers. When I used this with my fingers, it was just so hard to disperse on my skin. So I'm going to try and use a sponge. And yeah, so let's take this out. It is very, very thick, like a thick, rich cream, like super thick. It's not like runny, it's not liquidy. So I'm gonna go in with just a little bit on one side, and I'm telling you, there's almost no coverage here at all. I'm gonna use my sponge instead of my fingers. So it did give me, yeah, sheer coverage. I would say very light coverage. I mean, I can still see most of my redness here. And I mean, it's a lot better than on this side. Also, I don't think this is a very peachy shade. Just want to have mentioned that. I feel like this is pretty neutral. Okay, so let's actually continue. I'm gonna do one layer. I'm gonna use the rest of the product on here. I mean, on my skin, honestly, this looks like I just added some sweat to my face. And yeah, it's this really radiant, glowy, dewy sort of product. I mean, the coverage ain't that bad, you know. It just doesn't hold up very well on here, on my chin. And probably around here. My texture is so enhanced with this product. I mean, it just reminds me so much of the Airy Paris Old Milk Foundation. That is another product that I stay far, far, far away from because it's just so dewy, and this will definitely sit on top of your skin. This will not sink in. You know, on a hot day, I would not really want to wear this, and the whole purpose of this product is that it's a moisturizer and a sunscreen protection all in one. So I don't really want to bash this product completely just because it's not my type of product. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, I would not even dare going out like this. It's one of the most dewiest products I've ever tried. I will try and build this up just a little bit, because I don't think this is a very buildable product, because if you would build this up and up, I feel like you would run into some major issues, because it does not really absorb that well into the skin. It kind of like sits onto the skin. But I just want to see in terms of coverage. Let's see if I apply a little bit more product. So as you can tell, this is pretty much all of the coverage that I can get from this product, and I feel like the more I would build up this product, the more I would get into trouble of just looking overly dewy and just excessive shininess, you know. So in that sense, I'm not sure if this is really meant to even be built on the skin. I don't think so. So when I look at myself, I really feel like, Jesus, I kind of look like I was sweating. So again, not my type of product all in all. It's a nice kind of product to have on the market, because there are a lot of people who kind of love this finish, who love this dewiness. I don't even look like a healthy from within glow. I look just wet and sweaty and greasy and all of that. Now actually there's also a new product by SAIE Beauty. I don't think I'll pick that up, but it's called Sun Visor, and it's a serum, oil, moisturizer and sunscreen all in one. That one isn't available in any sort of tinted shades, but it has some sheer golden pearl infused in it, so for an extra radiant and glowy finish. So no thanks. So before I'm gonna be powdering this face, let's actually talk about their concealer. So this is the Hydrabeam concealer, and this retails for $26. So this is a little bit of a newer product by SAIE. I think this came out this year. I was really interested in this product. I kind of assumed that this might be, again, a luminous, dewy sort of product. Sometimes I do like somewhat of a luminous concealer for my under eyes, because I also know I'm gonna powder it down, but it's really good to hydrate your under eyes. Hydrabeam is your ultra hydrating sheer concealer that covers just enough and illuminates a lot. Our unique formula has a lightweight whipped gel texture that blurs, brightens and creates a fresh and glowing finish under your eyes and anywhere else you please. Now this is actually available in 9 different shades. Now I picked up this product in 2 different shades because I wasn't sure about the shade range, as it kind of differs from the Slip Tint shade range. So I picked this up in the shade 2 and in the shade 3. I'm going to show you some swatches. So the shade 2 is described as a light to medium golden, whereas the shade 3 is described as a light to medium golden shade. Now I kind of feel like the shade 2 is leaning a little bit more peachy, and then the shade 3 is a little bit more on the golden sort of side. But again, there is definitely a discrepancy when you look at the tone value here. I feel like the shade 2 is definitely a lot lighter than the shade 3, and they're both described as light to medium shades. But here are the 2 concealers that I picked up. So I'm going to be using the shade 2 for my under eye area, and then the shade 3 I'm going to use on the rest of my face to just cover up a little bit of the remaining redness. So I would say around here I'm going to apply some concealer on my chin and around this area also. Maybe also a little bit on my nose. Now this is such a dewy concealer. I have never in my life encountered such an emollient, dewy sort of concealer. I honestly prefer it just for my under eye area. I don't really like to put this on my face. If I would wear something like a matte satin foundation and I would be putting on this concealer, it would just not work well. But yeah, we're gonna apply the shade 2. I've got to say, I don't really like the stove foot. Barely gets out some of the product, so you have to dip in and constantly dip in to actually get out some of the product. So I'm just gonna use the shade 2 on my under eye. Again, this does not have a lot of coverage, so I'm gonna just be applying this a little bit more. I'm also going to let this sit on here for just a little bit before I'm actually blending it out. And then I'm going to take the shade 3 and put this on here. So you can immediately see that this shade is a lot deeper than the shade 2, although both are described as a light medium. But yeah, I have to constantly dip in. I'm gonna use my sponge to blend this out. This will just not grip onto my chin. It just does not like my chin. It's just like, bye. I'll definitely need a little bit more product, and then it kind of also goes into this crease right here I've got. Need more coverage. Let's say I would use a brush to blend it out. Let's see, maybe that's a little bit better. I'm gonna tap this in. Might have worked a little bit better than the sponge. So I'm gonna do the rest with the brush as well. I'm just so scared. I'm gonna move around that slip tint underneath it. And I'm gonna do tapping motions instead of swiping ones. My under eye area always kind of needs a little bit more hydration than the rest of my face. But it's also really nice in texture, you know, especially for my under eye area. For the rest of my face, I'm not so sure because of my chin. It just does not really want to stick. And all in all, I look so greasy, you guys. I mean, I don't mind it for here, but for everywhere else, it's just... So I would say the coverage on this is definitely not the best, but it's better than the foundation. It's gonna give you a little bit more coverage than the foundation, but I look ridiculous, man. I need to powder this face down. Oh my gosh. Like, if I would touch my face too, none of this has dried down. But we're gonna continue with a powder now because they have recently released their first powder ever, and I already had reviewed this in one of my videos. I'm gonna link that video in my description box as well if you want to watch that. But yeah, let's continue with their powder. So this is the Airset Radiant Loose Setting Powder, and this retails for $30. So I had already reviewed this powder, and I actually said in the review that I honestly really love this powder. It's really nice. I've got this in the shade Translucent. It's available in 3 different shades. And yeah, I used this already quite a lot, if I may say. My only issue with this is the fact that it only has 4 grams of product. Usually my powders do have at least 7 grams or 8 grams. I've got some that even have like 10 to 15 grams, like bigger jars. Very narrow. It's a beautiful packaging. And also, you know, I love to critique powder packaging. This actually comes with a locking sieve. Thank the Lord, you know, because if it does not come with a locking sieve, it's just going to be such a mess. When I first saw this powder, I was like, wow, this is looking like a loose highlighter, because in the reflection, it just looked like it had some, you know, like particles, shimmery particles. But to be honest, none of that does translate to my skin. It's not like they say a radiant powder. It's actually really, really good in absorbing oil. Like, I feel like they misdescribed this product a little bit. They are describing this as something like glowy, luminous, or anything, whereas this is actually a beautiful setting powder, and it's not glowy. It's really not. I used some powders that were glowy and I did not like them, but this is actually something I like. Now, this is the shade Translucent. This might look a little bit tinted, but it does not come across as such on my skin. On my skin, it translates as completely translucent. It does not do anything to change the color of my skin, none of that. The only thing I would say though is now that I have all of this due on, I do need quite a lot of this product. So I'm gonna take out a decent amount. So I took out that much. I might have to go in with more powder. And yeah, it's such a shame that this only has 4 grams of product, because I feel like $30 for 4 grams of product makes it such an expensive powder. So I'm gonna set my under eye first, and I'm just gonna set one side of my face so you can see what this is gonna do. So you can tell that this side where I put the powder versus this side where it's all dewy, this actually does a great job and making this entire makeup work for me. But I use this in my everyday life for a couple of different foundations, and I always kind of love this powder because it's not like cakey, it's not too mattifying, it's not gonna really interrupt any foundation underneath it, and it just looks really stunning. But I just end up using a lot of the product, especially if the foundation is a little bit dewier. I mean, sometimes I dust this all over my face, sometimes I just use it on my under eyes, and then I use a different powder for the rest of my face. But I've really been enjoying this powder, and since I got it, which wasn't that long ago, I have used quite a lot of this. Especially if you have more of an oilier skin type or more of a combo skin type, I feel like you're just gonna go through this very quickly because there's not a lot of product. So in general, I do feel like this product is a little bit overpriced, but I love what it does. I really like this powder. So let's actually move on to the next product. Let's move on to their cream bronzer. So this is the Sun Melt Cream Balm Bronzer, and this retails for $30. So this product actually does come in 4 different shades. Actually, I reviewed this product in the shade Light. This just did not show up on my skin. This was just too light for me. I could barely see it. I could barely detect it. Yeah, I was just kind of like bummed by this because I thought like, maybe if I would try a different shade, I would like this a little bit more. It mainly failed because I could barely see it. This is the shade Light and it barely comes across on my skin. Now again, I'm a light to medium, especially in the summer. So I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna get the right shade for this video. So I picked up the shade Medium. Here is the shade Medium. I'm going to show you swatches of both of these so you can see a slight difference. And when I say slight, I definitely do mean slight difference. This is definitely a little bit deeper than this. So I'm going to be warming this product up with my fingers just a little bit. So you can see this really does melt once you touch it. It does really feel like a balm. Like a little bit shiny, a little bit greasy. I'm always scared to put this on because I'm like, oh my gosh, am I going to interrupt my foundation underneath it? But I'm just going to take this onto a brush. Now this has a little bit more of like, I would say a warm, more on the yellow side undertone to it. It's not very neutral in that sense, but I'm just going to work it into my brush a little bit and then take it on to my face. It's pretty, you know, I've got nothing bad to say about this product. Really does melt in. It's just a little bit more of a balmy texture, more of a golden undertone really than an orange one necessarily, because I don't really like to look super orange or something. Would I recommend this? I mean, if you like a good balmy cream bronzer, yes, I still prefer that Rare Beauty bronzer just because of that more neutral shade and the texture of that. It's so like whipped and just blends out like a dream. I mean, this blends out okay as well. So now that my face is all bronzed up, let's actually move on to the next product. Let's move on to their blush. So this is their Dew Blush, and this retails for $24. So this product is actually available in 6 different shades, and also this is a vegan product. They did not put any beeswax in this, no carmine, so this is vegan, and I've got this in the shade Dreamy. Oh my gosh, this looks so pretty. This color and all of this. Oh, this is honestly, this might be one of my favorite products alongside with the powder. I honestly really enjoy this because the color here is so stunning, you guys. So this color Dreamy, really, it's kind of like a berry shade. It's so unique and stunning. Now I will say though, this is like a gel sort of liquid blush, and you know, this is something where a lot of people would go wrong with it, but I've got a technique. I'm going to show you a hack how to make these work. They actually reminded me the very first time when I used this. It reminded me so much of the Rare Beauty blushes. And if you would just take this out and take this massive doe foot and just go straight onto your face, you may end up looking like a clown. And because they are so pigmented, what I like to do is I just use the tiniest bit on my arm like that. And then what I like to do is I'm going to take my Ilia complexion brush. This just has the perfect kind of shape to go onto my cheekbones with this. So I'm just gonna be careful here. So this is such a beautiful berry shade, you guys, such a beautiful pink sort of dusty berry shade. And I'm just gonna take this amount of product and take it into my brush, and then I'm gonna go onto my face. So this was the tiniest drop of this product, and this is how much pigment it actually gave me. It gave me quite a lot of pigment, and I mean the finish of this definitely shiny, more dewy, but not like in a weird way. I feel like these kind of dry down, especially if you do the same method than I do. I feel like you can get a really beautiful sort of wash of color. They look so natural, especially the shade is so pretty. I feel like this is such a natural blush if you know how to use it correctly, and it's just gonna all kind of melt in with your skin, look super nice. Also with the bronzer on top of the powder, no problem whatsoever. And I mean, I really honestly have enjoyed this product quite a lot. Personally, this is my favorite product by the brand. So yeah, let's actually move on to, I've got two more products. I have one product for the eyes, and I've got another product for my lips. They have this glowy gel, their highlighter. I did not pick that up because I was just like, that just looks like a product that I might just not like. So in terms of highlighter, I actually pulled out a cream highlighter that I really love, which is the Kiehl's Weiss one. It's their shade Radiance. I love this highlighter, so I'm just going to use this for today a little bit instead of their glowy gel. And this is a product that I'm just going to lightly apply with my fingertips right here. Not that I would need any more glow, so I'm just going to use this just a little bit. Alright, so my highlighter is applied. For the rest of my face, for my brows, they actually do have a brow product which is called something with brow butter. I did watch a couple of reviews and I was just like, no, that's not for me. I am very particular when it comes to my brows. I love using my Item Beauty pencil to fill in my brows and then go over with my Kosas Airbrow. Those are holy grails of mine, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to apply some eyeshadow and then I'll be back. And we are gonna be putting on that SAIE mascara. Okay, so I'm back right now. I just did my eyes. I actually used my Ato Rose Quartz palette. I freaking love this palette. It's so stunning. And yeah, I just felt like I wanted to use this again. So to make this eye look complete, let's actually put on the mascara that I have by SAIE Beauty. So this is their Mascara 101 and this retails for $25. So here's the mascara. Honestly, I've already tried this mascara out and I'm not mad at this at all. This is not a bad mascara, you guys. It's actually quite all right, and I was a little bit worried, you know, because I'm so picky with mascaras. So this one is actually quite lovely. This has this typical silicone brush, but the top of the mascara seems to have like raised up bristles, whereas the rest of the mascara has kind of bristles that come out straight, but they are a little bit curved right here. So when I saw this, it reminded me a little bit of the Lawless brush, that brush, the Lawless mascara that I love so much. We're gonna be putting this on and I'm gonna tell you all about it. I mean, you can see what this did. It is so nice, you guys. I feel like this is gonna give you a really nice separated like lash, and you can build this up. It's not clumpy, the formula is not too wet, it's not too dry, it's actually quite perfect. And this brush actually allows you to get into the edges and get every little hair that you want, and this is quite a dramatic, beautiful look. And I was really surprised when I used this the very first time. So yeah, I mean, you can just see this builds up nicely. I'm not mad at the application. The size of the brush is quite great. So yeah, let's actually do my second eye. Now this works really well. I love this more sort of separated, defined kind of look. It's not the most volumizing one, but I don't really need that much volumizing. The lengthening of this is also quite good. It does definitely lengthen my lashes, but it just gives me this beautiful feathery look. And it kind of does the same thing than the Lawless mascara, although I do want to say the Lawless mascara, nothing can beat that. However, this is kind of easier to remove than the Lawless mascara, which I kind of struggle with a lot. And this is so smudge free. Once this dries down, this won't go anywhere. This won't be smudgy, it's not going to be dry and flaky. So the formula of this is actually really good. And every time I wear this, I'm just like, I can't stop looking at my lashes because I feel like they just look really stunning with this mascara. If you like this more feathery, more separated, more defined look, more lengthened than volumized, go for this. It's really great. I love it. I had no problems with this. Also, the tip of this brush is what is actually making it so easy to apply on my lower lashes. The brush has the perfect size, the perfect shape. So in that sense, I really like this mascara. So let's move on to the next step. Let's move on to the last category. Let's move on to the lips. Now I've realized that the product that I have for today's video is discontinued on their main website. Now you can still get this on Cult Beauty, but you know, on the main website, I feel like they've pulled this product, and that's their gloss. Now they also still have their liquid lip balm, which I did not pick up because I always would choose a gloss over a liquid lip balm. Since I don't have a different product than the gloss, we're still gonna be applying that gloss to my lips. So this is the really great gloss, and this retailed for $20. They've got this in 6 different shades. Now I picked up the shade Sweet, which is kind of a beautiful berry shade. It does definitely have a little bit of some shimmery particles in here. Now this gloss, it's okay. It's not like a jelly, cushiony, thick lip gloss. I definitely have some other formulas that I've kind of prefer. This really does feel like a liquid lip balm, so I'm not sure how balmy their other product is going to be. This product wasn't the easiest to apply to my lips. I'm just saying that because when I applied it, it would just do this weird thing, and I don't know if that's the dough foot or the formula in and of itself, where it would just like do this like really saturated line over my lip line. So I'm actually gonna use a lip liner before I'm using this product today. So I'm gonna be using one of my very favorite lip liners of all time. This is the Lawless Forget the Filler Definer Liner, and this is the shade Honey Rose. And I think that's gonna match the look for today. Also, I feel like it's gonna match the shade. I'm just gonna apply this just a little bit. Alright, so I've applied the lip liner now, so let's actually go in with this gloss. I've got this in the shade Sweet. I mean, the shade is really, really pretty. It just takes me a while to evenly apply this, also because I don't have that much of surface on my lips. This definitely does feel like more of a lip balm than a proper gloss. Very pigmented, I've got to say. I didn't expect this to be that pigmented. And also, when I applied this, this might be the doe foot, or it just might be the fact that I used a little bit too much product. I know this always happens with this gloss, that I get this stripe, and I have to be really, really careful to just kind of rub my lips together and just move that away. So I thought maybe the lip liner would help. It's not like a cushiony gel sort of formula. Is it sticky? No, it's not sticky, but it's also, I don't know if you can tell, it does not have too much of a reflect. So it's not this glass sort of mirrored, wet kind of lip gloss. So in that sense, it really does feel like a balm. I'm not sure why they pulled this product. Again, if you do like this sort of more pigmented lip that does not reflect that much and that feels more like a lip balm, they still have it available over on CULTBEAUTY. Now, if I would have to round this video up somehow, I would say that my favorite 3 products of the line are definitely, I mean, let's be real, they're powder, although I think it's a little bit overpriced in general. This is like 4 grams for $30, but it's a beautiful powder. I honestly love this powder, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be running out of this soon. So, and then I also really like this beautiful blush. This blush is stunning. I love this, the shade, the formula. If you use it correctly, I really enjoy it. And I also really love this mascara, I've got to say. I'm a huge, huge fan of this mascara. Alright, you guys, if you've tried anything by SAIE Beauty, do drop me a comment below. I'm always looking forward to reading them. And if you enjoyed this review, or if you find this helpful at all, why not give it a big thumbs up? And in case you have not subscribed to my channel, why not hit that subscribe button? You can also ring the bell in order to stay notified about my upcoming videos. And yeah, I shall be seeing you on here very, very soon with the next one. So please do take care. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.